the fifth biggest continent, 10% of the Earth's land area. A cold, desolate continent without a permanent human population. Untamed, unforgiving, unpredictable. Twice the size of Australia, 60 times bigger than New Zealand. A land area covering nearly 12 million square kilometres, with nearly all of it covered in glaciers and ice. Up to 70% of the world's surface fresh water is locked in its thick ice. If it was to melt tomorrow, the world's oceans would rise drastically, dramatically altering the face of our planet. Antarctica, the coldest, windiest, driest and highest continent on Earth. So why would anyone want to visit this place of such extremes? It has no tourism infrastructure, no restaurants, shops, tour guides. But it has a mysterious fascination that allures, entices and captivates over 40,000 tourists annually. Many of you today may be less able or less inclined to take the trip to the icy continent itself, so we wanted to take you there. Getting to this great white continent at the bottom of the world isn't easy. More than 90% of all Antarctic visitors begin or end their cruise in Ushuaia, a spectacular Argentinian town at the bottom of the South American continent, where the rugged spine of the Andes Mountains meets the sea at the southern tips of Chile and Argentina. The ice-strengthened ship usually leaves Ushuaia about 6 p.m. and sails for about 6 hours along the Beagle Channel. This is the last calm water, usually seen for a couple of days. It is after that the great heaving waves of the Drake Passage begin to make an impact. The Drake Passage has a notorious reputation of being the world's roughest stretch of water. Storms frequently whip the ocean into a dark, grey, turbulent, heaving mass of water, renowned for sinking ships. Lucky for you, your journey today through this tough body of water has brought calm seas. So how do you come up with the idea of a fourth dimension Antarctic cruise? One that's unique, entertaining, captivating, and one that captures an audience's imagination. Let's meet the pioneer who charted the course for this Antarctic expedition.
I'm lucky enough to be the owner of the International Antarctic Centre, and I've been to the Antarctic 4 times. On my 4th visit, as I marvelled at the beauty, I asked myself, I wonder how I could bring this home to people who are less willing or less able to experience the Antarctic. That's where this vision of the 4D experience has come from. Today you're going on a cruise from Ushuaia in South America, but of course you can go to the Antarctic from right here in New Zealand with companies such as Heritage Expeditions. One of the things I want to do is continue to refresh the International Antarctic Centre, and the 4D Theatre is one way to do that. You're going to go on a cruise today. Enjoy your trip.
So the course is set. A 20-day expedition cruise from Ushuaia to the tussock-covered Falkland Islands, then to the wildlife paradise and adventurous playground of South Georgia, and finally onto the Antarctic Peninsula. It's going to be an unforgettable experience, but one that's not complete without an expedition leader. Mike Single, a world-renowned filmmaker who can expertly convey both nature's grandeur and its detail. Antarctica was the ideal place for his lens. A place where the cycles of nature are all the more miraculous because of their barren and hostile environment. To ensure going south is possibly the greatest experience of your life, Mike called on his production team for assistance.
Look, it might sound easy, an idyllic Antarctic voyage filming the unbelievable scenery and wildlife down here in South Georgia for the 4D show back home. But the camera crew are facing some real challenges bringing you those images you're about to see on your voyage. For a start, we are quite rightly banned from approaching the wildlife up close. This is their home, and our cameras mustn't get within 5 metres of the birds, especially if they are mothering their young. 3D filming is quite specialist. We have twin cameras and each camera represents one eye, and those glasses you'll soon be wearing bring together the full 3D effect. Even the smallest bead of moisture on one of the lenses will ruin the shot, especially hard in weather like this. But then we are at 54 degrees south, so what do we expect?
So the course is planned. The expedition leader and his team have an itinerary that will leave you breathless. The only sounds you will hear are water, wildlife, and the occasional boom of an iceberg. But listen and watch closely. Conditions are about to change dramatically and drastically. This cruise will offer something unexpected. Your ship of a 4D kind is waiting.